Download the AllStar app. Make your picks for UFC fights, challenge your friends, level up and win prizes. Link in description. Get it now. All right, Josh. Let's just jump right into the matchup, man. At Gamebred MMA, you got Jason Knight, which is a pretty quality opponent. What do you think of him and this whole Battle of the South thing that they're trying to put together?
Yeah, man. I respect him as a MMA guy. Um, he's been in it a long time, but he's just kind of felt like I'm training like he is the man that beat Dan Hooker back in the day. But I'm when that bell rings, I won't be treating him that way. I'm gonna treat him like nemesis, and he's on his way out. And I'm the new breed, man. I'm years old. I feel better than ever. More creative than ever, and ready side of a highlight reel, man.
Yeah, you have a little bit more experience, in the bare knuckle MMA than he does, and from the experience that you have, like, what are the key differences from, like, let's say wearing gloves and fighting?
You know, the I feel like the biggest difference is the biggest is grappling. I think that's why it intrigues me so much is because the lesser man can win the fight because it don't take but one good shot to hit your eyeball right. You know what I mean? Or catch some old scar tissue, whatever the case may be, and a cut happen. Either the doctor stop it or you can't see, and bare knuckles just a different world. And I think the grappling, because there's no gloves, you can slide chokes in a lot easier. But again, just the cutting aspect is just
Yeah, and I guess you mix in the blood and the sweat and maybe some of the Vaseline that's running around, and like you said, slides in real easy, huh? It's actually really intriguing to me. I love that aspect of it.
yeah. No, they think hey, the striking I think it's pretty much the same. It's just the defense is a little scarier, and then obviously you know the knuckle hit side. It's just that's one of because I've seen plenty of high level guys get caught in the eyeball, and I mean their reactions are just not normal. I train that I always have. Like, man, if I get punched in the eyeball, my training partners know I don't. I'm like, nope, gotta keep it going. Come on, let's go. Because train it like the ref didn't see it. So I don't know, man. I think it's a different ball game, and I'll have the advantage on Jason. But you got to remember, Jason's also sad. He's fought the Pinnacle, fighting championship a bunch. Had wars with Autumn Law. Uh, he's not afraid of that war. But I'm crafty, so I feel that I'll use that. No gloves to the advantage because hey, I'm faster, so I can get my strike off quicker. With no gloves, I can cut him quicker. He's got scar tissue, even if I don't. I'm coming at him quick, so I'll have a speed advantage. And then obviously, if I want to go around, I do think that with, I mean, I just don't think he's as good at the sport as I am, man. I'm mixing things up with my wrestling. I've learned from my losses. So I'm really I think if I need to, I can take the fight to the ground. I can show the grappling advantage. And I know that, I mean, the man's dangerous. He's a black belt. I mean, he's choked out Alex Caceres. Like I said, I'm training for him like he's that man that beat Dan Hooker and Alex Caceres, and who was on that tear in the UFC. It was 18-2, 19-2 record. um I'm training for him that way. But when that cage door locks, I'm gonna definitely show that I've put in the work, and I'm the new breed. And I'm not that silly style of that bare knuckle might love to see, which is walk forward and just be a zombie.
Yeah.
I like this. I'm like a mongoose. I hit and don't be hit, man. I wanna be able to not have a bunch of cuts and be able to talk to my grandbabies one day.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it seems like like power is so emphasized in fighting, but in bare knuckle, it seems like the speed, like a jab, is much more valuable than like an overhand right. Am I right?
Yes, sir. No, you're definitely right. Yeah, if you're completely correct. Yeah, if you can get to the point of contact, which is a straight punch, like you're saying, that jab quicker than that guy that's trying to rear up that overhand, it could possibly break his hand. Because you see some guys, you know, in BKFC, the bare knuckle boxing, they'll just drop their head into punches. They're like, "Go ahead, man. Yeah, I'm gonna use the top of this head and break them knuckles." So that's why I mean, those guys, much respect to them. They can have that. I want to be able to take you down if I break my hand or elbow you in the face or kick you, whatever, you know. So they're gonna have to pay me a lot more. And right now, Masvidal and them are taking care of us. So they gotta Conor McGregor and David Feldman would have to really throw some money out there. But they're doing good, man. They're bringing out some good fighters. So they keep it going, man.
Yeah, what do you think of Connor kind of like infusing himself into bare knuckle, the world of bare knuckle? It's kind of cool, right? Because last night he just like doubled the paychecks like instantly because I guess he's part owner or something like that, right?
Yeah, he is, and you know what? Like people want to hate on him, and you know what? If that all came out of his pocket, which I'm sure it did, because you could tell out of David Feldman's face that he wasn't ready for it. But regardless, it's like Connor was ready for that. Connor would pay that. And the thing is, I'm not a huge Connor fan. I think I'm a fan of what he did for the sport. He has blown the sport up. He brought eyes from everywhere, and you know, from other sports. He took you know, fans from other sports and brought them over here. You know, not that they don't go and watch their old sport, but anyway, he did something good for us. And you know, maybe the UFC didn't have better fighter pay because of it. I think certain fighters did though, and you know what I mean. Not just Connor, you know, the top tier fighters. You know, maybe not the guys who just their first 3 fights, their first 5 fights, go in there and earn your pay and or you know, or earn your keep, and you'll get taken care of. Not taken care of in a sense where I think you should. You know, I think we all know that you know UFC fighters get crapped on as far as pay goes. So that's why I'm very grateful for the platform I'm getting to fight on, and just getting to fight a guy as exciting as Jason Knight. You know, so just yeah, my whole goal is to just work and continue to try to either you know create a highlight that's good enough to where I can go back to the UFC on a short notice call because I stay ready year round, or you know work my way up to fight for that belt because you know as we know the night I'm fighting Jason, there's a first ever you know bantamweight title on the line, so that's exciting.
Yeah, yeah. This fight is gonna be at featherweight, right?
No sir, this one's going to be a catch weight 140. So
Okay.
I've only fought for Gamebred one time at bantamweight, and I walk at 150 pounds, 155 at my heaviest, but I've been walking around real lean. So I'm walking around about 152. So, and I just, you know, I end up fighting huge guys. So, um, the one time I did fight at bantamweight, I got it done in a dominant fashion. You know, I was the underdog, felt really good. I feel like bantamweight's my division, and I've asked for bantamweight fights, but as you know, bare knuckle MMA is fairly new, so they're trying to build the roster. And Masvidal and Dean Tool, they're not gonna just get anybody. They want people who are gonna come in and fight. They're not trying to get no, I mean, nut huggers. I mean, they don't mind if you wrestle, but they want you to inflict damage when you're gonna wrestle. They want you to go for that finish, and so you know they're trying to build a roster. So I can't fault them for being like, hey, dude, we don't have any bantamweights that's worthy that we want to pay to put on a show right now. You know what I mean? We're trying to build it with savages, and we don't have a savage for you right now. So we gave, you know, it gave me, you know, Ago Husick, and then he ended up backing out, and so I fought Junior. I forget his last name, but he was humongous. I mean,
Yeah.
but he stepped in on 12-day notice, and kudos to him. I mean, I respected him so much because he drug himself on the scale and he made weight, and you know he just fought different than what I studied film on for those 12 days, and you know, hats off to him. Like I learned I needed to counter the counter. He was waiting on me. He was a way longer, bigger man. I needed to break away from the takedown and punch, and then go back to the takedown if that's the game I wanted to play. I've learned from my mistakes. And then, you know, we turned around and for the money, like 3 days notice, we go up two weight classes to fight TJ Brown. So, and it was just an exciting matchup. And I was like, you know what? These are the moments like I can't turn them down, man. I'll regret it, So, and I don't regret taking that fight. I lost, but Brendan Schaub flew my kids out. I got to meet some legends. It was an amazing
Wow.
experience, and I performed okay on the feet. Just wasn't smart enough fighter that night. TJ fought smart, and then, like, you know what? He's faster than me. I'm gonna take him straight down, and not even gonna play the striking game with him. So, again, just learning from the mistakes, doing a lot of submission defenses, learning where I'm going, putting myself wrong because sometimes I'm just too quick for my own good. So, anyway, man, yeah, just that's what it's all about, and why we love this sport. It's little inches that can put us in danger. So, just trying to correct these things and put it together. That way, we just keep getting big fights.
Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Props to you for taking that TJ Brown fight because TJ Brown is a big dude, and you're a bantamweight. That's
Yes,
it. That's
sir.
pretty. It takes a big set of balls to do some shit like that.
Yeah, and I just always want to be known for that guy that, I'm not gonna do that every time because it's not smart for my career. I don't take it for money. Um, I want to be known for the guy that's always down to fight. I felt good physically, and I was like, I don't know. I have a kind of a dumb confidence, is what I'll tell myself sometimes. I gotta have somebody tell me, Josh, don't do it, don't do it. So it's just a thing where I go. I told myself, I was like, all right, well, we've done it. This is our third one we've done on short notice. Two for contender series, or one contender series, one UFC, one for Gamebred. So all three, short notice ain't my thing, man. Give me just a few weeks to prepare, and I'll do a lot better. 3-week preparation is what I had when I fought on Fight Pass, and I won my belt for Fury. So, um, and that was at 135 pounds. So I mean, I can win on a decent camp. Like I said, for the TJ fight, I actually felt pretty good physically. I just sometimes I had just fought 3 weeks before that, and I had not. I'd trying to catch up on painting because I own my own paint business, and it was just one of them things, man. I'd only been in the gym a couple times a week, and so I try to conserve my energy, thinking I wasn't in shape, and that's what happens when you don't conserve your energy against a guy like TJ Brown. He's gonna get you. So, yeah, man, just learning, and taking the fight game as it goes, man. But I'm enjoying it. I love what the martial arts has brought to me, man. So wouldn't take none of it back for nothing.
And you actually have a grappling match as well, like about 10 days before this Jason Knight fight. Like, do you feel like that's gonna
Yes, sir.
benefit you more than anything? Because it's like the competition before the competition.
Yes, sir. No, you're right. That's exactly right. A lot of people are like, man, you're not worried about getting hurt. Well, the thing is, like, I know how to tap. And the guy I'm actually going against. So I just competed this past weekend in a jiu-jitsu match. I went against a purple belt wrestler. I finished him in 2 minutes, high elbow guillotine. No injuries. I went off and did a training trip a couple hours away after that, Pensacola area. And what I'm getting at is, I didn't know that guy, so it was a little more dangerous. But this guy actually respectable guy. He respects me. He would never try to like damage my knee or something in some kind of crazy heel hook, which I'm very familiar with the legs. So I'm not too worried about getting injured. It's more so my teammates are already going to be fighting on the card. Me and the promoter are real cool. I think just like you said, it's funny. I like that we're getting to know each other. It's like that the more you compete and you get under those lights, you get more comfortable. So, got to compete last weekend. Going to compete in 2 weeks in a grappling contest, and then 2 weeks later, I get to go out here and do the real fighting. So it's exciting, man. Just trying to stay active.
Yeah, because there's a lot of fighters out there that can't even find fights. They're not active at all. They're just training and they're just frustrated. But you stay active. That's good to see. What do you expect, out of yourself in this fight against Jason Knight?
Man, I expect the fight to get very bloody, just because of his scar tissue. I've got a little bit of scar tissue. Um, I do expect a second round finish, though. I'm gonna pick him apart in the first. I'm gonna find out what his reactions are, what his weapons he loves, and second round I'm gonna die. I'm gonna really break him down. And if it's not, I'm not gonna rush anything. I got a 5-round gas tank. This is a 3-round fight. If I got to that third round, I'm gonna be all over him with crazy feints and crazy angles to where he don't know where I'm coming from, and I can find that finish in that third round. If not, we're gonna recruit him because he's a bad son of a bitch. So. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to it. I predict though a second round body shot, man. Going for his body. He's a tough cookie, and he's lean and long, and he's gonna cut 5 more pounds than he's used to.
Yeah.
If he's seeing this, he better protect his body. But I really don't think he could see all the video he wants. That's what I pride myself on, my creativity. I think I said that from the get go in this video. I'm feeling creative, better than ever, man. So I'm going to be coming from all angles. There's going to be no excuses on my end. If he beats me, it'll be the best Josh Weems has ever been in front of him. So, or ever will be in front of him. So you know how it is, man.
Yeah.
30 is like you're like, I don't know, like the new 20. It feels great.
Yeah, for
So
sure, for sure. Longer people are, having longer careers nowadays, man, and looking good as well.
I see
Last
it.
question, man. Bare knuckle MMA with Pride rules. Do you feel like that's gonna be the final evolution of the
I
sport,
hope.
and we're gonna see?
I hope. That would be epic, man. That would be epic. Like no time limit. Let's just go. Like
Yeah.
put somebody in there. Like maybe give us a 20 minute, 25 minute, no time limit.
Yeah.
Or however. I really. What did it used to be? It was 10 minute first round.
Yeah, 10-minute first round and 5 minutes, 5 minutes.
That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
dude, I would be completely fine with right there. That the only thing is, man, those soccer kicks, bruh. I don't know. I got to get a whole year before I can train for that, bruh. That's like I
Yeah.
respect those one guys like crazy. I watch it like nuts. I love one championship. But if I was like Demetrius Johnson, to me is the goat of MMA, and like he went over there and got clipped by buddy, and it was I forget his name. I'm terrible with names. Um, but he ended up getting dropped, and I was just, it was a knee while he was grounded. And the thing is, like, yeah, he had probably 6 good months to prepare for that. Even if you had a whole year, it'd be hard. I mean, that's breaking the muscle memory that you've had for 20 years of not thinking about a knee or a kick being there. And then, it's just, I don't know, it'd be one of those things where, all right, if we're going to do this, I need a whole year to make sure I can train that, or we got to be talking some crazy good money. So, because I just think that, that's why the rematch was. I mean, actually, the rematch was still good. It was actually really good. But
Yeah, it was.
Demetrius Johnson just showed how good he was and
Yeah,
finished it just high level. So,
for
but
real. Matrix style, man. Well, maybe we might see some Matrix stuff, November 15th in this fight coming up, man. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to this matchup, and definitely I'll be watching, man. Gamebred has like has taken a niche, and blown it up. So it's great
they
to see.
really
Josh,
have,
thank you
man.
so much, man. And we'll talk
Heck
again
yeah,
soon.
John. Hey, I appreciate you, bro, for real. Man, real quick, give a good shout
There
out
you
to
go.
this awesome sponsor right here, man. They keeping me going this camp. So, heck yeah, John. Thanks again, man. Let's do another one after I get it done.